Hey there guys, welcome back. Maverick here today with another episode of Shikimori-san. Well, we are well into the summer season now, but unfortunately, Shikimori had some production issues, right? Also due to COVID and whatnot, we had a few hiccups. And so, yeah, we are only now on the penultimate episode. We still have one more episode to go next week. And honestly, at this point in time, my expectations or my hope for this series is that in these last two episodes we can have another like multi-episode arc here. I feel like things have kind of like sort of gone back to the mundane after the Culture Festival arc, if you will. And if you guys remember, from the very first episode, this is one of the things that I was kind of worried about, where we already get like what the premise of this series is. How are they going to keep the viewers' interest? How are they going to keep things fresh and not just run the same formulaic type of scenario again and again and again, right? I mean, last episode was quite nice, and the episode before that, because we kind of took out Izumi from the picture. The Kamiya episode, I guess you could say we took out Izumi from the picture. But then again, you could also argue that's kind of like a side story, right? The last episode, we got some character development for some other side characters, which is nice as well. But hey, we are in the end stretch here. We're nearing the end. Hopefully, we have something fun to watch. So, with that in mind, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Big test? Oh, is this for high school? I guess this is his entrance exam for high school? Yeah, that's his, that's probably Izumi in mid-school, right? Oh, are we gonna finally see how he meets Shikimori? And oh, mm. Oh, but it actually didn't. You would think that it would actually land on Izumi, though. Okay, so at this point in time, he also hadn't. Ooh, we're skipping the opening. That means we're getting serious, guys. I say that, and just watch as the opening comes in like 30 seconds after this. You know what? This is what I want to see. This is actually what I want to see. Some character background, character growth, character development. And of course, most importantly, how exactly did Izumi and Shikimori meet? Did I predict it or not? They just had to do like a quick bait and switch, and then it's like, psych! No, we're still doing the opening. Alright. Yeah, because this has to be like the single most thing I want to see. Perhaps even more than watching Izumi and Shikimori actually do something couple-like with each other. Like either kissing or at least like a warm hug or something. I mean, I guess we technically kind of sort of got a hug last episode, but even more than watching them kiss, I truly want to see how they met each other, how they got attracted to each other, and whatnot. You know, something I've never really talked about is every time I listen to this opening, I seriously, her bro is a freaking ikemen, all right. That is one handsome dude. I like his sort of like character as well. And I seriously don't think Inazuka looks like him at all. Anyways, as I was saying, for the opening, you know, I always find it kind of funny because it's kind of like, uh, it's sort of like the song is sang from Izumi's perspective, but it's a girl singer singing it. Helka. Okay, so are they going to go like on a memory trip or something like that on their date? It has been a while. Like, come on. You two have been in a relationship for over a year now. What is wrong with you two? Oh. Shikimori is definitely gonna get all worked up over this. Oh. Holy shit, her face. I mean, I can't blame them, honestly. Like, even as a guy, like, you know, there's very few times I would actually call out like a character being drawn very handsome, but and yeah, his personality is pretty likable as well. Man, the Shikimori family is just oh, it's right. Oh, young Shikimori. All right. Huh. She actually did martial arts when she was young. Hmm? Actually, yeah, this is actually the. I just realized, is this the. So wait, is it her father with pink hair? Okay. Fifth grade, eh? Dang. Look at her eyes. Even when she was just a fifth grader. I really like how her eyes are drawn. Hmm. So she actually grew up as as a bit of a tom girl, eh? I mean, sorry, as a tomboy, eh? So I guess the genius runs. Oh no, actually, her brother actually said something about Shikimori being very being a genius in anything she does. So I think her bro isn't really the same. So it's gonna be shoujo manga, probably. Yep, a shoujo manga. Oh my god, this is like classical shoujo manga. Wow, this is like so 80s and 90s. So in the end, that's what she wants to do? Fall in love? Hmm. You know, looking at like what she went through so far, though. You know, you have to kind of feel like Kamiya and her are much more alike than maybe we think, right? Hmm. I mean, I wouldn't really say that's something you want to do as a in your future, but huh. All right. And so that was what caused her transformation from being a tomboy. Hmm. You know, surprisingly, wow. So she never was like actually just a complete like beautiful girl, beauty. And this is how they met, eh? On the first day of school, eh? Oh no, actually no wait. They're actually taking exams right now. Never mind. Not the first day of school. They're still in mid school. In your skirt? I'm more worried about her and her skirt though. Well, I guess it's an anti-gravity skirt. Oh, the sakuras are blowing. It's probably first a. Oh no, no. Okay, never mind. Just the exams results. Oh no, no, no. Okay, okay. Actually, never mind. This is the first day of school. This is how they felt. Okay, it was actually a lot more peace. How can I say this? A lot more mundane than I expected, to be honest. Look, girl. If you look cute, anything you do is gonna be cute. Izumi. Okay, but actually, this does explain a lot, though, in regards to Shikimori's personality. Ah. Oh, now that she put on her glasses and whatnot, she does really look like her mom. Are we gonna have like a flash storm or what? Oh, come about it. Yeah, this is definitely a good bro. Aww. Okay, no flash storms or anything. Man, her mom is just like so imposing. Holy crap. Alright! You know, even though this was a pretty peaceful episode, I liked it a lot. Alright, I will see you guys after this. Well, now, I gotta say, I really love this episode. We got to see so much of the characters, and we get to see like so many good expressions, and them going off doing all sorts of things. And I don't know, like I feel like it really makes sense, right? And to be honest, this kind of alleviates some of the questions I've been having in regards to Shikimori, her sort of relationship with Izumi, and all that. So, not necessarily in regards to how they met. It was actually a lot more mundane than I thought. I originally thought that, you know, something like pretty big happened that caused that caused Izumi to leave an impression on Shikimori. I thought it was going to be like a result of his bad luck, but still persevering through and keeping his sort of like kind nature even whilst he was down on his luck, right? I thought it was going to be like that sort of thing that drew Shikimori towards him. I guess that could still be true, right? I mean, this is just their first encounter, and you could argue that it's the interactions later on, you know, through many days of actually being together with each other and in each other's proximity that you can truly understand like what this person's personality is like, etc., etc., right? So, but still, I was definitely kind of surprised that this is how, you know, their relationships or their acquaintance started off. But I think it actually makes a lot more sense now that it's revealed that Shikimori was actually sort of like a tomboy while she was young, and you know, was the kind who's really basically she went down the Kamiya route, right? I feel like that's what we should be looking at here. So Kamiya she's also sort of like the handsome girl kind of archetype here, and I feel like that's what Shikimori would have gone down to if she had continued and not made that revelation. I guess shoujo manga saving the day, right? And eventually, so actually the Shikimori that we see now, right, the beautiful and cute Shikimori and the one that's super attractive and whatnot, that actually only happened in high school. That never really that wasn't how she was like while I was in mid school and lower at all. I mean, sure, you could kind of sort of see that she already had the makings of a beautiful girl, but you know, it's really here now in high school that she's starting to shine more and more and more, right? It makes sense because I keep on thinking, like, what is with Shikimori's, like, her lack of self-confidence when it comes to this, right? I mean, she's confident in so many other things that she does, but, you know, doing something as simple as trying to dress up nice or go on a date or something, for some reason, it's so hard for her. Originally, I thought they were just playing it up because trying to make her to be, sort of like this super hard, how do I say this? Like super bad at anything romantic and whatnot, and you know, sort of like that kind of a gap, and that's why they justify her being so kind of like useless when it comes to romantic stuff. However, knowing her background like this, it makes a lot more sense, right? Because she really doesn't have any experience in acting as a cute girl or trying to be a cute girl, like or even a girlfriend character, right? She's never really had any. I mean, obviously, like, not many people have had like boyfriends or whatnot back in mid school or elementary school or whatnot. But even so, right, she was rather late to the sort of, okay, I'm a teenage girl and I'm gonna do teenage girl kind of things. You know, that kind of experience. So it would kind of make more sense that she's very unconfident and self-conscious about matters related to this, right? While she's trying to be in her teenage girl form. But, you know, I do like this kind of development because it's actually quite realistic in a lot of ways, and it's kind of realistic also in terms of, you know, like being in elementary school, like being a tomboy in elementary school and mid school, and then starting to get into like the, you know, dressing up and makeup and taking care of yourself, wearing pretty dresses, that stuff started from high school and onwards. That's so realistic, actually. And I'm sure it's the same in Western culture and Western schools as well. Like, I distinctly remember that you know, in Japan, there's also like sometimes they can even go even earlier. There's actually fashion magazines in Japan that are specifically like they have different fashion magazines targeted at different age groups. Like, obviously most people would consider, you know, if you're in high school, probably you take a look at this kind of stuff, right? But they actually have one specifically for mid school and even one specifically for elementary schoolers as well. So, you know, it kind of like in Japanese culture, it kind of runs even a little bit earlier. But like even in my country, I distinctly remember like high school is sort of like the cutoff point when people do start to really try and get into all this like makeup and dressing up and whatnot, and really start to bloom in college, especially the latter, like the junior and senior years in college and whatnot. But you know, beyond that though, yeah, I just like how it's a very realistic take on the entire situation, and I feel like in the end they actually managed to make everything fit. No, I'm sure that you guys have been listening to me gripe so many times already, like how you know, I feel like Izumi's and Shikimori's relationship have basically stagnated ever since they got together, right? I mean, I can understand taking things slowly, but like I said, they've literally been in a relationship for over a year now. Like, you don't really feel like this is a couple with a relationship over a year. You barely feel that they're a couple at all, to be honest. But you know, with this in mind, I guess it's somewhat more justifiable due to this sort of background that Shikimori has and all that. So, I mean, yeah, all in all, pretty good. And I love watching her interaction with her brother as well, right? You know, we get to see kind of like another side of Shikimori that she doesn't necessarily show in front of her friends, and especially in front of Izumi. And I mean, I guess that's kind of to be expected, right? Nobody really shows their full true selves, especially in high school, right? Towards their significant other. Like, that is something for much later, and once people can get through the entire. Well, in fact, I would say it kind of depends on the person, and kind of depends on the culture as well, to be honest. Some would argue that, you know, even once you become a husband and wife and whatnot, there's still, like, some limits as to how much you can show your true self, your embarrassing self to your significant other. But I'm not going to get into that. That's kind of like another sort of philosophical discussion in terms of relationships and whatnot. But anyways, I think we can all agree that we kind of see another aspect, another side of Shikimori that isn't necessarily shown through normal school life. I mean, on one hand, it is because it's her brother, right? And her brother, like, does kind of like tease her a little bit, so we get to see the annoyed Shikimori, but going up against someone who's clearly, like, you know, is family, you know, can take it, but at the same time also, you know, unlike like Inuzuka or whatnot, not necessarily someone she can intimidate, right? And by the way, the brother, like, every time he appears, like, I said this in the episode as well, right? Like, he is an ikemen. I don't, like, I'm not sure, like, why exactly how he is different from many other ikemens in other manga or anime or whatnot, but I do notice him in this particular series, in this particular anime, right? His design, his attitude, his demeanor and whatnot, you know, I can't blame the girls, right? This is one attractive dude. And I love, you know, one thing I do love as well is his personality, right? You know, we can see him, like, clearly being all big bros should do, like, teasing their sisters and whatnot. I'm a big bro myself, so I can understand, you know, teasing sisters. But still, at the very end, you know, if the sister is in trouble, you know, as a big bro, you gotta do something for her, right? I feel like that's the consensus of all big bros everywhere. At least those that aren't, like, overtly close, or like no, because there are other kinds of this kind of sister brother dynamics, but to me, I'm much more in line with this kind, right? Where, you know, most of the time we get on each other's nerves and whatnot, and tease each other, annoy each other, but when you know, when it comes down to it, still family, still gotta help, right? So yeah, I really like both their personalities, getting to see both of them, getting to see young Shikimori, and hey, getting to see young Izumi as well, right? Although, I guess next episode, I'm assuming that we're going to continue on into the next episode, right? Because they are still going to go on a date. I would venture a guess and say, like, maybe this, actually them going on a date, we're probably going to be divided into two different parts, right? One is, you know, watching them go on the date, and the second part is, I'm kind of feeling that there's probably going to be some sort of, like, flashback, or some kind of scenario parallel to what happened in the past, and maybe what really cemented their relationship and feelings for each other, something of that sort, right? Yeah, I don't really think they're just going for the cliche sort of, you know, Izumi gets into trouble at the amusement park and Shikimori saves the day, that kind of thing. Probably something similar will happen, but there will be a parallel to their previous encounter, or to a previous incident or event there, that's going to, you know, further educate us on their relationship progression and whatnot. And who knows, maybe at the end of it all, you know, Shikimori can do, like, what she wants to do and what we all want to see, and that is finally give a kiss to Izumi. Or maybe vice versa, right? Who knows? We clearly see that Izumi, for all his faults, he clearly knows when to man up. So I'm counting on you, Izumi. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for this one. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.